is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Wind! Here, through! Meteor thrust!
The wind strengthens me.
Celestial purification! This is how it is done in Laurent! There is no way for you to escape!
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Let's Cloudia video, and today we're going to be covering RIESZ, the new collab unit that came out. We did get a free one, which is Duran, but RIESZ is the collab banner unit, so we're going to be covering her and then the arc. I will have timestamps in the video if you just want to skip around to whatever you want to see. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so here we are at RIESZ, max level, max awaken. Now, as for the stats, she's got 6,646 HP. Not bad. 314 MP. For a soldier type, I think that's actually pretty high, or relatively high compared to the soldiers that we've gotten and their MP. I want to say it's high. STR 1211, defense 1130, int 881, MND 1088. So everything aside from the int, I want to say that they're above average. Like they're nice. Those are nice stats. Overall, she's got a nice spread of stats. The biggest thing that catches my eye is the MP. It's pretty high. At least just from looking at it right now, it's pretty high. But let's look at the attribute resistances. So she's minus 20 to fire. Makes sense. She's primarily an earth unit. Neutral to ice, 10 resist to earth, 20 resist to thunder, 15 resist to light, and then minus 10 to dark. So she's got a nice spread of elemental resistances. And then let's go ahead and take a look at her ailment resistances. She's neutral to poison. She's resist to blind, curse, and stun. That's pretty cool. Those are nice. If you wanted, all she was missing at this point would have been resistance to nil, and then that would have been a great spread of resistances. But blind, curse, and stun, those are still really good right off the bat. She's weak to silence, which I'll cover when we go over the skills, but that can be good or not good. That can be bad in certain situations, but for the most part, I want to say that her being weak to silence isn't that big of a deal. At least not in PvE. PvP, that's another topic. But let's go ahead and look at her abilities. So her S1 Whirlwind Spear, medium area, medium range earth combo attack. S2 Lance Surge, medium area, long range light combo attack. Her S3 Meteor Thrust, charge and deal a frontal wide area earth combo attack. S4 Elysium Slash, powerful earth combo attack to all enemies. Changes to light if enemies' light resistance is lower. So she's got some conversion on her S4. That's cool. So she's got a mix of earth and light. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and look at her traits. So her trait, Meteorite. Become Meteorite class. Spear equipped, physical damage plus 40%, and damage cap plus 5,000. So the thing with the Meteor class, I believe it's a mechanic in the actual Trials of Mana game where she has different different classes. But I guess they try to implement that in LC as well. But all that really is as you level her trait, it changes her class, right? So you'll get Meteor class regardless because you're gonna, max out her trait, obviously. So she's going to end up with Meteor class. So some physical damage plus 40% and damage cap plus 5,000. Not bad. Laurentian Guard. When unit is alive, all allies physical and magic attack damage plus 20%. So this is pretty similar to the Council of 10, the UR arc. The Arc Ether reward, the flag, does the same thing, but the Arc Ether reward buff is only a 40-second buff. This is while she's alive, and the icon is unique to her, meaning that it'll stack with things like the Council flag buff. It'll stack with Tinkili's buff, which is the Magna Exciter. It can stack with the Pirate flag, which provides physical. and it'll stack with the. There's also an accessory that buffs physical for 15%. I think it's from the Baron when they came out, and there's also a magical one that's 15%. But her buff is unique, and it applies regardless of whether you have the other items to buff or not. When unit is incapacitated, restore all living allies HP and apply defense and mind plus 35%. So in the event that she happens to die, she can heal and she'll apply a buff to units. Now, I imagine it's going to be hard for her to die, but should she happen to, at least something's going to happen, right? She's going to restore HP and give them a buff. So great utility on the offensive side right here, and she also has a support in the event that she happens to die. So pretty cool mix. So let's go ahead and look at her skills that she comes with. Okay, let's take a look at her her skills actually. So her S1 is a little gather around the target with a little tornado, and it dashes and pushes them forward while also keeping her in the same distance for her to be able to spam the skill again. So if you wanted to, you could spam this back to back without losing your hit count should you run Combo Master or Combo Master 2. But nevertheless, it is a spammable move. It's fairly quick. It's a gather push. So really nice. I like this. I like that it's quick, but it's a 7 hit count. It's not the highest hit count on an S1. I believe there are other units that have 10 hits on their S1, but the redeeming factor is that it's fairly quick and you can spam it. So that's her S1. Let's go ahead and move on to her S2. Okay, so her S2 is a long-range attack. As you can see, she can attack from anywhere. She can attack from anywhere on the map. And the thing with her S2 is that the hits, they pierce enemies. So if there's an enemy all the way at the very far left and then there's 2 enemies in front of it, it'll pierce those enemies until it hits that target enemy. But the bad thing about it is that it has a really long animation. As you see from right there, it takes a long time to execute. While it does have the benefit of using it anywhere on the map and piercing enemies to reach the target, it's got a long animation. I'm not a big fan of it. I see myself, I don't have her, but if I was to have her, I think I wouldn't use her S2 until I ran out of S1 and S3s. But that's her S2. It does not benefit from the Earth Attack Raise 3, but it does have a light high drive to back it up for more damage. So you do lose out on some damage cap on her S2, on top of being able to lose out on like actual damage per second compared to her S1 and her S3. But yeah, that was her S2. Let's go ahead and move on to her S3. Okay, so her S3 is also a dash like her first skill, but it doesn't push them. As you can see, she starts from the melee distance, and she does a little dash forward, does a dive bomb, and returns to her original position. So she can spam this as well if you were to run Combo Master or Combo Master 2, but this is faster than her S3 and than her S2. So it's got more damage per second compared to her S2. Her S1 is still going to be the quickest move out of her out of her skills, but her S3 does have a higher hit count. So again, with the thing with her S2, you would probably use all of your S1 and S3s before you used her S2, as her S1 and S3 do benefit from the Earth Attack Raise 3 for more damage and more damage cap, instead of just the light high drive that her S2 gets. But yeah, it's a pretty cool move. Little dash and dive bomb. It's fairly quick. It's quicker than her S2. Again, her S1 is the faster one. So yeah, that was it for the skills. Nothing crazy that I want to note, but again, her S1 and S3, they have to be within melee. She has to run to them, and then there has to be melee distance between them. I haven't tested it against, or I'm not able to test it because I don't have her. But this was a support that I found, and I'm not sure if she has to reposition against stationary enemies. So I'm not sure if that's a factor on her S1 and S3, but I know on her S2 she can do it from anywhere on the map. But yeah, those were her skills. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay, so here we are at her skills. Remember when I said that her being weak to silence would have been a bad thing? Well, it's because she comes with honey elixir. You already know what Honey Elixir does. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not going to go into heavy detail. But if she was to have been silenced, then that would be bad because she wouldn't be able to cast Honey Elixir. And we all know how broken Honey Elixir is. So, comes with Honey Elixir, amazing. Really good. Brave Phaser, you know, all allies STR plus 20%. Aura Phaser, all allies int plus 20%. Full Metal Hugger, this is on the Trials of Mana arc, the SR arc. Confers a barrier which neutralizes a basic status effect one time only. Cool to have. HP Max, Fighting Spirit for more HP and SDR. Resolve 4, more defense in mind. Royal Armor, reduces chance of receiving critical hits. Illusion. She comes with Auto Brave, Auto Protection, Auto Crit, Auto Haste. So pretty good autos right there. It's a lot of SC saved. Awaken for survivability, really nice. Earth High Drive to boost her Earth attacks, and her special in the event that her special is not changed to light. Earth Attack Raise 2, Earth Attack Raise 3. This is the first that we see of this. Earth Attack Damage plus 30% and Earth Damage Cap plus 2000. Nice. Light High Drive for her S2, and then for her special in the event that it changes to light. Light Critical Raise for her S2. I feel like this isn't that great because it's only on her S2, right? I mean, it's good to have, cool, I guess, sure. More crit rate, right? And crit power plus 50%. So it's cool that she comes with it. Is it going to be amazing? Not really. I mean, like I said, it's just her S2 really that's gonna benefit from this. I guess if you give her elemental or light elemental weapons, but how often are you gonna be regular attacking, right? Pose of Victory, Goddess Kiss. Now she comes with Goddess Kiss, and she comes with Honey Elixir. Really great combination. If you're going to be spamming Honey Elixir, you're going to want Goddess Kiss, and she comes with both. That's pretty great. Maglion Shield, we've seen this before. When taking ranged physical attacks, damage is reduced proportional to the distance of the attack. So more survivability for her. Spear High Boost, and then Spear Mega Boost. Physical attack damage plus 15%, physical attack damage cap plus 2000, and then physical damage minus 15%. So 30% physical damage reduction just on these two alone. Pretty nice. So with Spear Mega Boost, Earth Attack Raise 3, and then her trait Meteor, right? She comes with a 9,000 damage cap. So she's already at 18,999. So that's a good, right off the bat, that's nice. Of course, her S1 and S3 are going to be the ones that benefit from. Oh, and her ult, like if her ult doesn't get translated to light, then it's also going to benefit from this, from the damage cap. It's going to benefit from the damage and from the damage cap. So really, this is just for her S1 and then her S3. Sharp Eyes, really great. Makes reaching that damage cap that much easier. Quick Trigger, cool to have. Oracle, when using a Summoning Stone, apply a SDR in Defense Mind plus 20%. And then at Meteor class, which is her final trait level, it's 35%. So in the event that you happen to use a Summoning Stone, if you don't know what the Summoning Stones, it's just like Yggdrasil, Igneed, Salmea. So if you happen to use them, then you'll get a buff from using them, which is nice. Defense boost, when unit is alive, all allies physical damage taken minus 5%, minus 7%, and then minus 10% at her final trait, Meteor class. So she also has a magic version of this. So at max trait, your allies not only take a minus 10% physical, but they also take a minus 10 magic damage. Really great. Also, auto HP heal all. When unit is alive, restores all allies HP by 2 every 2 seconds. Meteorite class, 40 HP instead. So it doesn't sound like a lot, which, 40 HP isn't a lot, right? But it's every 2 seconds. And every 2 seconds is pretty quick. So this can provide passive healing, although it's not like, crazy through the roof healing. It's still healing nonetheless. And if you're running with like a party of 4 RIESZs, that's 160 HP every 2 seconds, which is pretty nice. But how often are you going to be running 4 RIESZs? And yeah, she provides great utility, great survivability, or some survivability. I wouldn't say it's like above and beyond anything, but good to have, right? Physical damage taken reduced and magical damage taken reduced. This Oracle, I don't really see much. I don't really see this thing being used much, because summoning stones, I mean, you have to like let it build up, and you know those charge really slow. But I guess if you happen to use it, you'll get a buff from using it. So overall, her kit, pretty good. The most notable things, honestly, are Honey Elixir and Goddess Kiss. Obviously, she's got some offensive skills. She's got a lot of offensive skills. Sharp Eyes, Sword Mega Boost, Spear High Boost, all the attack, well, not all the attack raises. Earth Attack Raise 2 and 3, Earth High Drive, Light High Drive. So she's got offensive capabilities, for sure, while also providing support for the team in the form of reducing physical, magic damage taken, and then some passive healing. So overall, her skills, I think, are really good, and they combine, her support skills combine well with her Laurentian guard buff. So she not only provides survivability, she can also provide offensive support, which is nice. So overall, I think RIESZ is a really great unit. Nothing wrong with her. But this brings me to the next topic. Should you pull? So let's go ahead and move on to that. Okay, so should you pull for RIESZ? The biggest reason I'm going to say no is because we still have not heard any news about Angela, right? It could be the case where in the Full Metal Alchemist, Ed came out. He was really great, right? So RIESZ is really great. And then Roy came along, and Roy just completely blew Ed out of the water. In my opinion, he just blew him out of the water. So it could be the same case here, but maybe also not the same case, because in the game, Angela is a magic DPS. So magically, obviously, you know, RIESZ is not there, but maybe Angela is going to be physical DPS. I don't know. Maybe Angela is magic, but the fact that she just maybe will provide a whole much more magic DPS compared to RIESZ's physical DPS. I think maybe you should just at least hold out and wait for the details on Angela. And then maybe after watching this video and then just hearing what she has to provide for the team, you'll come to a conclusion whether you want to pull for RIESZ or Angela. So that's all. When that happens, that's up to you. But as of right now, I'm going to say do not pull for her. Wait for Angela to come out, and then once you hear the details about her, then you can decide whether you want to pull for her. But reasons, or if you decide to pull for RIESZ, I just want to give you, you know, an overview of what you're getting yourself into by trying to pull for her. So she comes with, you know, decent damage cap. She comes with 9,000 damage cap on her S1 and her S3. Her S4 also will get the damage cap, but how often are you gonna? Well, her S4 gets the damage cap from Earth Attack Raise 3, not from Spear Mega Boost. So her S1, 3, and Ult will have some damage cap increase. Her S2 will only get the damage cap increase from the Spear Mega Boost, right, and her trait. So she's decent. Well, I want to say decent, but she's good. She's good physical DPS. With the fact that she has Honey Elixir and Goddess Kiss, it'll boost that even more, right? But just on paper, just from what she has, she's good physical DPS. She also provides utility to the team, right? Buffing their damage and their physical damage and magical damage, and also lowering their physical damage that they take and lowering the magic damage that they take, also providing some passive healing. So she's got utility for the team, for sure. It's a great utility, great offensive utility, good defensive utility. Because, I mean, it's 10%, right, on physical and magic. But, I mean, it's still defensive. So good defensive support and then great offensive support. So if you decide to pull for her, just keep that in mind. My account, I pulled for her just to pull. I don't actually need her. If I managed to get her, I'd use her just because she's a new unit and it'd be something new to use. Does my account need her? No. But then again, it's my account, completely different to yours. So keep that in mind. So that was RIESZ, but let's go ahead and take a look at the arc and see what that has to offer. Okay, so here we are at the Arc Trials of Mana remake. Earth attack damage plus 20%. When unit nears death on a boss wave, restore 1 SAT stock for all skills and HP plus 50%, or recover 50% of your HP once per wave. Killer Slayer or attribute weakness damage taken minus 20%. Effect does not stack with itself. Not sure what that means. Maybe I'm assuming it means if the unit that has this already has that Killer Slayer weakness damage taken skill. I'm assuming it's not going to stack with that. That's about all I could think of. So just looking at the traits, Earth attack damage plus 20%. That's nice, I guess. When unit nears death on a boss wave, restore 1 SAT stock for all skills and HP plus HP 50% once per wave. It's nice, but it's once per wave. And then the Killer Slayer or attribute weakness damage taken minus 20%. That's survivability. It's nice survivability. Don't really see anything too amazing just from this. Like it's got its unique things, right? But I don't see anything amazing from the traits. Let's go ahead and look at the skills. Spirit Breath, Earth Boost, Spirit Shield, Lupine Soul, Stone Armor, and Earth Critical Raise. Lupine Soul, when healing an ally near death, HP recovery plus 30%. So more recovery when your allies near death. So I guess this could be used in arena just to be more annoying and heal more. Stone Armor, continuous stone wall effect to unit. So this is a continual minus 20% reduction in thunder, whether it's magical, physical, or special. So this is the first that we see this elemental resist, or this elemental damage taken armor, the stone armor. Earth Critical Raise, this is the first we see of it on an arc. But Lupine Soul is interesting. I managed to get the arc. I didn't manage to get RIESZ, but I got the arc. I might throw this on Theria just for more survivability, but I don't see anything game breaking or crazy that would make you want to pull for this arc just from looking at the skills. As for the stats, HP 3050, MP 20, STR 310, Defense 303, Int 82, Mind 308. So STR, Defense, and Mind, those are nice. HP is really nice, pretty high. MP and Int. I think the MP on arcs aren't really that high, and even if you do extend it, they don't get that high. But 20 MP, 20 MP is 20 MP. Int super low, so don't count on it when you're running this arc. Let's go ahead and look at the Arc Ether reward. Goddess Shield, Defense plus 54, Mind plus 36. Chance to auto guard is the trait. Attribute resistance, neutral to everything. Element resistance, nil to poison, neutral to blind, silence, and illness. Nil to curse, and resistance to stun. Those two, the curse and the resistance to stun, honestly, those are the biggest things from this accessory. Chance to auto guard, we have other things that do that. Defense and Mind 54 and 36, we've got other accessories that are better. No elemental resistances, but yeah, the biggest thing is the curse nil and stun resistance. I think that makes up for the lack of elemental, the lackluster trait, and then the stats on it, not the greatest. But yeah, the curse nil and stun res, amazing. I like that a lot. So overall, this arc, I don't recommend pulling it because there's just nothing about it that really catches my eye. Like, the only thing that has my interest is Lupine Soul, but even then, this arc, nothing crazy. You'll be fine without it. But yeah, I mean, Stone Armor is cool and all, right? It's a continual buff, but we do have Stone Wall, although it's a 40-second buff. I don't think I've found a use for Stone Wall. But yeah, arc is okay, nothing crazy. So yeah, that was RIESZ and the arc. Let's go ahead and go to the home screen on some closing thoughts. Okay, so here we are back at the home screen. Hopefully this overview did help out some people. If I approached this the wrong way, or I didn't cover things too much into detail where I should have, please let me know. I'm trying to, make these as concise and as informative as I can without skipping too much or without going too much into a certain thing that isn't necessary to go into. So let me know how I did. Any feedback, whether it's positive or negative or constructive criticism, I'll take it. I'm more than happy. But hopefully that overview did help you decide on whether you personally should pull for her or if you pull for the arc. I'm just going to go ahead and right out say it. Do not pull for the arc. If you're going to pull on the banner, at least let it be for RIESZ. But that arc is nothing amazing. In my eyes, I don't think it's going to provide that much boost to your account. But yeah, let me know how you like the video. I will make more covering the old Secret of Mana units and just showing them just to, showcase their buffs. But that was it for right now. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.